Hello again and welcome to the Warhammer 40K Imperial Guard Tactics video. So as always, before we get into the main body of this video, I would love to say a big thank you to Thorn Ferguson for sending in some follow-up photos of his Imperial Guard army. So earlier in the week, or last week, depending on when this video goes up, Thorn sent in some pictures of his tank, the Mao. Really cool tank, and I said if you've got your other guys painted up, send some pictures in, and he has done. Absolutely fantastic. Love it. These guys are very regal, purple and gold. There's a whole story behind that by the fact that they back up the custodes. They've been working with the custodes for a while. Absolutely, love it. Love that shit. Love all the fluff behind it. So thank you, Thorn, for sending in these follow-up pictures. Really, really appreciate it. If anyone else has got any cool pictures that they would like to send in, please can you post them on my Facebook page. There will be a link down in the description below. The reason I always say post them on Facebook rather than anywhere else is twofold. One, it's really easy for me to see them. I can just nip on my Facebook, have a quick look, blah, blah, blah. And two, it's really easy for me to download them and save them and then put them in the videos. It's just so convenient. And, as always, just I love you guys being able to show your armies off to each other. I mean, there's some absolutely fantastic paint schemes out there, some great themes, some great there's fluff, and the guys that have these armies are just sat on them, and they never really get the encouragement or the praise that they deserve. And the fact I just put them on my Facebook, and I like use my videos, and I just like to give a little bit back. It gives a bit of exposure to these people, not for any financial reasons or anything like that. It's just gives them a bit of acknowledgement. You've spent the time to paint up 50, 60 dudes in a tank in a matching scheme with converted models, and you've come up with all this fluff behind it. Yeah, damn right you deserve a couple of minutes of sort of introduction on a YouTube video. It's the least that any of us can do. So that's my way of just giving back to you guys a little bit. I like doing it. I really I get loads out of it. I get so much out of it because I get the pleasure of seeing these models and these conversions. I do. Anyway, let's not get too soppy, guys. We're in the Guard now. We've got to be tough. Got to fight the Xenos. Now, one thing I want to talk about, and I can't. Got to be very careful because I don't want to upset anyone. But one thing I can't believe, and it's a series that I want to start now, is rules you get wrong. Okay, it's not going to be a frequent series, but there's lots of little rules in the Guard that people get wrong, and it's really important because the reason it's really important is getting them wrong, and it's something that's a disadvantage. No one gives a shit about. Okay, no one cares about getting it wrong, and it gives you a massive advantage is a problem. And the reason is that if you're in a tournament and you get a rule wrong, and I'm on your side, guys, it's completely unintentional. Okay, completely unintentional, but it's massively in your favour. You could be accused of cheating. You could, at the very least, have that, if you've won that game, have that victory taken off you. Worst case scenario, you have, you get kicked out of the tournament, and you can protest, and you can say, no, it was honest mistake, but you could get a reputation. You guys, I don't want to go into it, but you guys may know that I had an incident, a really bad incident with a cheater. He was a genuine cheater, and this guy has a reputation now. I called him out for it. He has a reputation now. He genuinely can't go to high level tournaments without being known, and he has to be really careful. Now that was a case of where a guy genuinely was cheating, okay, but you don't want to be given that label wrongly. You don't want to be given that label wrongly at all. So it's really important, and it's just important to get your rules right. So rules that you get wrong, how to avoid pitfalls, and I'm going to cover ones that give advantages to people. Like, did you know that actually this rule is way more powerful than you thought? And there are rules which is don't fall into this pitfall. Don't get this wrong. Don't fall into this pitfall. So the one that we're going to cover today, and I can't believe I still have to cover this one actually, but I cannot tell you. This must have popped up on the last few videos. 29. This rule mistake hadn't popped up for months, and in 2019, 2019, the first month, this thing has popped up. I must say at least 2, maybe 3 times. Okay, we're going to be looking at Consolidate squads, the stratagem. Okay, now I can understand why at the beginning people got this wrong, but I still can't believe people are getting this stratagem wrong. So let's just take a look at it. Consolidate squads, it's one command point. It's a generic Ashton Militarium stratagem. Any regiment can use it. Ashton Militarium officers must quickly learn to adapt in the thick of battle, forming ad hoc fire teams from the fragments of depleted infantry squads. Use this stratagem at the end of your movement phase. Choose an infantry squad, page 93, from your army that is within 2 inches of another of your infantry squads. Infantry capital I, squads capital S. From the same regiment, you can merge these squads into a single unit and they are treated as such for the rest of the battle. So let me just explain this, guys. That it's very specifically infantry capital I, squad capital S. Okay, that does not mean you can take any infantry unit in your army. Stormtroopers, heavy weapon teams, special weapon teams. You can't just take these things and merge them together. Okay, you can't do that. It even refers to the page number, page 93. This stratagem can only be used to combine one regular guardsman infantry squad. We're talking the 10-man infantry squad with a sergeant, the lads with a chainsword, and 9 dudes with lads' guns. Maybe you put some special weapons and heavy weapons on, but that's what we're talking about. The basic infantry squad. This can be used to merge one infantry squad with another infantry squad. Basic guardsman squad. You cannot use this on veterans. You cannot use this on special weapon teams. You cannot use it on mortars. I see people all the time say, well, did you know that you can take an infantry squad and combine it with a mortar squad under Consolidate squads, and then you get 10 extra wounds for the mortars or las cannons? No, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. You can take an infantry squad which has a las cannon in it and another infantry squad which has a las cannon in it and merge it together, so you've got 2 infantry squads. You've got one big squad with 2 las cannons, 2 special weapons. You can, yeah, sure, you can do that, but it can only be done on infantry squad data sheet, unit entry, page 93. I cannot stress this enough. Okay, and I cannot believe people are still getting this wrong. I don't want to sound like an arrogant prick. I'm sorry if you guys have made this mistake genuinely. I apologise if I'm coming across a bit strongly here, but it's just, this is a rule that I consistently see people getting wrong. I consistently see high-level players who are using something like a Loyal 32 or who are transitioned to the Guard recently. I consistently see them getting it wrong. Okay, so it's really important. Consolidate squads, you can only use that on basic infantry squads. So there you go, guys. I've definitely repeated myself. I've hammered this point home, but I really want you guys to learn that. It's very important. Rules you get wrong, Consolidate squads. Coming up, there's going to be another one. I'm going to be looking at jury rigging. I got this wrong for a long time until someone pointed this out to me. Jury rigging is one. The Catachan stratagem, Catachan regimental doctrine. People get that one wrong in some ways. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, there's plenty of rules here. Plenty of rules here. The Mordian stratagem versus the Militarum Tempestus Stormtrooper doctrine. Yeah, there's lots of little pitfalls here, but the main one that I see is the number one offender is Consolidate squads. That's the big one. So guys, thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you've got any suggestions for rules that you see people getting wrong, please put them down in the comments below. We can start becoming better Guard players, and we can help each other out. We can avoid any potentially embarrassing situations. So thank you guys for listening. I'll see you guys next time.